Hello YouTube, it's been a while again. So I noticed from my last video, which is the one that has the sewing machine troubleshooting stuff in it, it was very popular. I've noticed that it helped a lot of people, so I'm going to try and help out some people with a bunch of other tiny projects, with their craft projects and figuring out what the hell is going wrong. And why is this going wrong? Why is this going wrong? Why am I stupid? Why is the stuff I'm working with stupid? Like what's happening? And the first thing that I want to go over with this next project is I've been bookbinding first off, and the journey with bookbinding has been arduous. It's been fun, but very arduous, and has made me very angry very often. So I wanted to clarify a few things. The first one is skiving. Skiving sucks. Skiving sucks. Skiving is one of the hardest things that I have ever had to do when it comes to bookbinding using leather, or using leather in general. Skiving is the bane of my existence. I hate it so much because it's so goddamn hard. And there's a reason for that. There are lots of reasons for it. And I wanted to share a few ideas and tips with people who might also have issues with skiving, or are having trouble skiving, or thinking that you suck at skiving. And from what I understand, everyone kind of sucks at skiving. It is very rare, from what I can tell, to find someone who's just swipes at something while skiving and it's perfect the first time. Like, everyone sucks at skiving. I don't think I have any of the tools I need in here to show you what I mean, except for right here. So, the first tool is this bad boy. I shop at Tandy Leather. This is a skiving tool. Specifically, it has razor blades that you put into this edge here. It bends it slightly, and it acts like a razor blade. Because it is a razor blade, but it acts like one of the shaving razors, except the blade is bent to dig into the material. This is fine. This is lovely. This works very well on thicker leathers, or thicker or stronger leathers, like cowhide, or anything like that has a beefy, thick skin. It works very well for those. I would highly recommend grabbing one of these if you're working with very thick leather. Now, I do bookbinding. That's what we're working with. We are working with a very lightweight sheepskin instead of cow. Calf might also work. I've yet to use calf, but we are working with sheepskin. Sheepskin is very light and very flexible and very easy to work with. Using that tool from before and skiving on this bad boy on sheepskin, I have known to cut off chunks, way too much, much more than I need. So for stuff like this, I prefer to have an actual skiving knife, which I don't have on me right now. But essentially, it's a flat edge that's very, very thin, and working a little bit at a time works well. I don't think enough people in the leather and the bookbinding and leatherworking community go over skiving very well in their little tiny tutorials that they give. So I'm not here to teach you. I'm here to give you suggestions. The suggestion is, if you are having trouble with skiving, maybe you need to sharpen your knife. Maybe you need to strop your knife on a piece of leather, or a stropping tool, whatever it is. It's leather, so you can just strop it on the piece you're working with. But having a knife that is incredibly sharp is going to get you what you need. And also, when they say be patient with skiving, they mean be patient. Like, you are going to spend upwards of 30 minutes to an hour just skiving one piece of leather that you're working with. And that's okay. That's okay. Taking longer to get the product correct is better than trying to do it trying to do it quickly and ruining the piece of leather that you specially dyed or stamped or cut out very specially for your project. So taking your time and making sure you get it done right is going to make things better for you. The third thing, check what type of leather you have. Chrome tan leathers are going to eat up your blade because the way they tan those leathers, they have salt in them. They have the chromium salt, and that's how the leather gets dyed. Not sure how the process works, but there's chromium salt still in it, and it will dull. It is like smacking your blade onto a rock because it's a salt. It's rock. You're smacking your blade into a rock several times as you make your pass. So chrome tan leather is pretty, but it is not that hard to dye your own leather and make it pretty yourself, and just get vegetable tanned. The bigger and beefier the animal hide, the harder it is going to be to skive it. That's just because they have really thick skin. So cow, reindeer, anything upwards, that's anything bigger than essentially a large dog is going to have very, very thick skin and very tough skin, which is going to be very hard to get through. It can't, like, you can even have very thin cow leather, but it's still going to be a bitch to skive because it's very tough skin. I have been trying to skive and working with this, which is about, I think, the same thickness, a little bit thicker, a little bit chunkier. It's a little bit chunkier, which might be the cause of my skiving problems here. But it's still this cow leather still just feels tougher. It feels stronger. It feels like it's supposed to be used for something that isn't what I'm using it for, which is bookbinding. So that's why we switched to sheep leather. So in summary, it's not you that's stupid. Check different, like, try different combinations of things. You will find that different leathers react differently to different methods of skiving. It is a hodgepodge mess of I don't know what I'm doing and trying to figure it out. But I'm hoping that my tips here will help you figure out which one is better for each. As I have found in my practice, using one of these on the thicker, stronger leathers is ideal, and using a dedicated skiving knife is better for thinner leathers that are more delicate and easier to rip. Okay, cool. Thank you.